Welcome to the PBWF Pipe Bomb Wrestling Federation, the fantasy booking show presented to you by the Pipe Bomb Wrestling Podcast, a show that is for the fans, by the fans. I am your phenomenal host, Mr. Podcasting, Chris Belcher. Joining me, as always, is the young buck and the leader of the Mayhem brand, Andy York. Andy, we are on this pay-per-view edition. We are finally here.
I cannot believe we're actually here. Like, I feel like we just started this and we're now at a month in, and I am very excited for it. There's a lot of fun stuff. This was like, I was booked up until this point, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to go after my first pay-per-view. I should probably figure that out. But it's fantastic. I love what we're doing so far.
It's awesome. It's so much fun. I love doing this. It gets a creative brain going. It gets the wrestling brain going because, Andy, as we've talked about on the podcast, we're like, oh, wait a minute. I would like to see this on the regular show. Like, why is this not on the regular show?
Yeah.
But, you know, here we are. And, of course, joining us, who has been absent for the past couple episodes, but he is back and in great health. Well, good health.
I'm alive.
He's alive, he says.
That's all we can ask for now.
The man at the gorilla position, Mr. Brad Beal, is back. Brad, how are you, man?
I'm good. Thoroughly confused about a few things, but in a good way.
Okay.
So,
before we get to that, I want to remind you at PBW Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Give us a follow. Give us some feedback. That's what the show's all about. We want to hear your feedback. We want to know what you think about our storylines. That's very important to us. So at PBW Podcast, Andy's at Andy_PBWP. Brad is at the Brad Beal, and I am at Chris Belcher 24. Give us some feedback. Also, subscribe to the BodySlam.net YouTube channel for the video version of this show, which we're just sitting here talking to each other, so I'm not sure what's so...
We get reactions.
We
pop
get
some
reactions.
things.
That's true.
We're also three good-looking fellas.
Exactly.
We are three good-looking
Yeah.
fellas, better than the two stupid fellas
Hey,
known
yeah,
as
yeah,
TSF.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
shout out. Love you guys. Anyway, subscribe to the BodySlam.net YouTube channel. Subscribe wherever you find your podcast if you're listening on a traditional audio format. We would appreciate that very much, as well as our friends over at SportsWire Radio. Support them. Check out their shows. I know they would appreciate it as well. Okay, before we get to the pay-per-view, we always go with feedback. Yeah. So we generally go the week before. Brad, you were absent for a couple episodes. What do you think? You've listened. You've heard everything so far. What do you think?
I'll just say overall, very happy to listen to this product. I'm with you in the sense of, you know, wrestling fans, we sit around and we go, man, they should do this. WWE should do that. And this is really, really putting y'all to the test. Not really me. I'm just sitting back and enjoying it. But you guys are going out there going, okay, let's see if we could do it better. And I would say so far, I've been really enjoying this. I will say feedback-wise, there are some things that don't make me happy. I hate seeing Eric Bischoff on both brands now. That was a surprise that I wasn't in the room for. I was listening to it, and he popped up on your show, and I was like, whoa, hey, wait a minute. Not again, please, not again. So not happy about that, but I've got a lot of questions in a lot of good ways. I was telling you before we started recording, I'll share it with you too, Andy. It's getting more and more clear every week. Y'all have different styles.
Yep.
And I like that. I think it's really interesting. And I haven't found like proper words for each of your styles, but you know, I was listening to Revolution going, oh, okay, it's really kind of cool to see some of the bits and pieces of maybe like an old school era blended with a little bit of the new school. And it's kind of something different and unique and like the fighting on yours is like wild. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, cool. Someone's bleeding again. Got it. No, but you have two very different styles and blending all the things that you love from a bunch of promotions. Super fun. I'm having a great time. Really want to know who these masked people are.
Yeah, that's a question I have as well.
I'm like, what is good? It's either, okay, it's either going to be incredible or it's going to disappoint the living daylight out of me.
Don't get your hopes up.
My hopes are high.
We'll know by the crowd reaction that's played through put to the screen is whether he's happy or sad. Yeah.
I control it, man. I control what's happening. No,
Control the universe.
And then we saw a foot in front of the camera after a Malachi Black promo where he downed the camera guy. What is okay, I'm for it, man. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to play out today.
Well, let's get into it. Let's get into the pay-per-views. We are putting no time limits on the pay-per-view. Now, that does not mean we're each going to go an
6
hour.
hours.
We're not going to do that. But what we are going to do is we want to give each other space to get the show out there, to thoroughly explain, for example, who these masked men are or who's the Foot or whatever.
Right.
We want to make sure that we fully get
Who's the Foot?
I may change everything now. Just have a foot just dangle its way
Who's
out.
the Foot? I love that.
I love.
Who's the Foot?
That's a new merch idea.
Yeah,
is
dude.
who's the Foot? Thank you for that.
Who's the Foot?
It's like Sting repelling from the rafters. You repel a foot into the ring.
Just a foot.
Oh, jeez. That's so good. But anyway, the point is, we want to make sure we get all of the details out. We want to make sure everybody understands everything. And then after we get done with the pay-per-views, Andy and I have decided we're going to trim our rosters down. We drafted too many people. We're going to trim it down a little bit. And then we're going to contradict ourselves and pick up 2 surprise people. So...
We're going to release 30 people and sign Cody Rhodes.
There's
That's what we're doing.
That's what WWE did, so that's what we're
And
going to do.
then we're going
In
to
the
have
name
to
of budget
be put
cuts.
under investigation for some hush money.
We are not doing that.
No,
I
let's
did not
do
sign
that.
up for that storyline.
Chris's hush money is like, don't tell mom I gave you Skittles.
Are you kidding? I was FaceTiming with my kid the other day, and my wife gave him Skittles. It wasn't me. So, I mean, not my fault. Anyway, that being said, though, that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. It'll be interesting. It'll be good. We're going to get some new blood into the show and all that kind of jazz. So I guess I'm going first. Is that right?
Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's right.
I went first last week, so
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm going first. No time limit on the clock. I'm kind of nervous, y'all. I'm just saying.
first pay-per-view.
Hey, I am too, and I got way less responsibility than you, so no pressure.
That's true. That's true. You do. Okay.
True, you do.
Way less responsibility.
Oh man.
I'm the GM of this brand.
Oh, that was another comment I had before we get too far into it. I told Chris I love that Stone Cold is just disgruntled all the time. He's
It
never
fits.
happy.
Yeah.
He's always like, I'm sick and tired of this place.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's your place.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's amazing. All right. Here we go. Ready. Pyro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first pay-per-view presented by the Revolution brand. It's Game On. I am Tom Hannafin here at ringside with Corey Graves and JBL. Let's head up to the ring for our opening contest.
You know it's all about the power.
We're kicking things off tonight by crowning the first PBWF Revolution Intercontinental Champion, and here he is. It is Adam Cole, baby. And his opponent is the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now remember the stipulation that Steve Austin put on this match. If any members of the club in Undisputed Era get involved, the titles will automatically be held up. Both the Intercontinental and Tag titles, all 8 men will be suspended. Here we go. The bell sounds, and it is on. Both men trading rights and lefts. What aggression that we see here in this opening match. AJ finally gains the advantage, whips Adam Cole into the ropes, leapfrog, drop down, and that patented AJ Styles drop kick takes Adam Cole to the outside. AJ loads up for the phenomenal forearm to the outside, but Cole moves out of the way. AJ lands on the apron. Cole turns around. Sliding knee to the face by AJ Styles. Cole is staggered. AJ hops back into the ring. Springboard, but not a forearm. A shooting star press. A springboard shooting star press. AJ Styles hasn't used that move in years. What an incredible move. Just shows you how bad he wants to win this championship. Back in the ring we go. We fast forward a little ways in the match. Adam Cole gets the advantage. has AJ Styles in the corner. He's just pummeling him, and he's taunting him in the corner. He whips AJ to the other corner, follows him in, but AJ scales the second buckle, backflip, catches Adam Cole in a reverse DDT. Where did that come from? The cover, 1, 2, Adam Cole kicks out. AJ's starting to gain some momentum here in this match, hitting some of those signature moves, you know, that Ushigoroshi move, that blue thunder bomb kind of thing that he does, you know, but it's not enough to put Adam Cole away. All of a sudden, here comes the Undisputed Era out on the stage. Fish and O'Reilly, they look like they're trying to help Adam Cole, but Roddy Strong comes out and he's trying to reason with him. Cole sees him. He's trying to wave him back. He's trying to tell him to get back. Cole turns around. Phenomenal forearm. The cover. 1, 2. Adam Cole gets a shoulder up. How did he get out of that? Finally, here comes the club, and a brawl ensues out on the stage. It is mayhem already.
Oh, it's mayhem.
Finally, the security is trying to break them up. It distracts AJ long enough, though, that Adam Cole gives him a low blow behind the referee's back. He pulls down the knee pad. Here he comes. Last shot. Adam Cole lowers the boom. The cover. 1, 2. No, a kick out by AJ Styles. Unbelievable. Where did he get the gumption to kick out of that? What will it take to finish off this match? Adam Cole, he's dragging AJ over to the corner. Here we go. He's up on the second rope. Panama Sunrise. He jumps off, but as he's flipping over, AJ holds on to Cole's feet. He sort of hits an Alabama Slam type move, and he pulls him up by his feet, has him in position. He catches him in a Styles Clash from out of nowhere. The cover, the count. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles has become the first Intercontinental Champion in this incredibly hard-fought match to open up Game On.
Was not expecting that.
I got.
That was nice.
I guess it's feedback time. I'll save it, but I wasn't either.
Okay. All right, here we go on to the next match. Our next contest is a fatal 5-way to determine the first women's champion on the Revolution brand. It's going to be Charlotte Flair taking on Alexa Bliss, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. The other 4 women make their entrances. The bell sounds, and here we go. We are underway. They all start, sort of pair off, really. The power and strength advantage of Charlotte and Shayna. It's no match for Alexa and Candice. Meanwhile, Britt Baker's just kind of sitting back and waiting for her moment. See what's going to happen. All of a sudden, she hits a double spear on Charlotte and Shayna. She covers Shayna. 1, 2, kick out. Covers Charlotte. 1, 2, another kick out. Britt Baker visibly frustrated already. Here comes Candice LeRae, crossbody from the top rope. Britt Baker catches her, but Alexa hits a drop kick to Candice's back. Britt takes the fall. Alexa and Candice both cover Britt. 1, 2, but no, somehow Charlotte and Shayna, they get in there and they break it up. I'm not sure what would have happened if they would. It's not an elimination match. One person, one pinfall, that's it. So not sure who would have been champion, but few minutes go by, the action spills to the outside of the ring. All of a sudden, off the top rope, Candice LeRae, huge dive on top of everybody onto the outside. She drags Britt Baker into the ring. She covers her. 1, 2, shoulder up by Britt Baker. She goes to picks Britt up, sends her off the ropes. Britt reverses. Candice springboards. Britt catches her on her shoulders, but she's backwards. She's sort of in a victory roll type formation. But Candice adjusts a poison Rana to Britt Baker. That reverse Frankensteiner. Candice with the cover. 1, 2. Alexa Bliss comes in to break it up. Wait a minute. Candice and Alexa are having words. They had formed some sort of alliance, but it's every woman for herself here. All of a sudden, double spear by Charlotte. Natural selection to Alexa Bliss. The cover. 1, 2. Shayna Baszler's in to break it up. How do you get an advantage in this match? A few more minutes go by. We're at the tail end of this match. Charlotte setting up for the figure 8 on Alexa Bliss. But meanwhile, here comes Shayna Baszler. She grabs the Kirifuda clutch on Charlotte Flair. It is locked in deep. They fall to the ground. But from behind, Candice, she locks in the Miss Gargano escape on Shayna Baszler. My goodness, Charlotte really has nowhere to go. But Britt Baker from behind. She's got the lockjaw on Candice LeRae. 3 devastating submission moves all at one time. They're all 4 laying near the corner. All of a sudden off the top rope, Alexa Bliss, Twisted Bliss onto the pile. She grabs Britt Baker the cover. 1, 2, shoulder up. But wait, the referee noticed the Kirifuda clutch has not been released. Charlotte Flair is still locked in it. And she passes out. That's it. Ring the bell. Shayna Baszler is your new Revolution Women's Champion. What a sequence of events that was. Alexa Bliss looked like she had everything in control, but Shayna kept the Kirifuda clutch on. They're all in disbelief. Shayna Baszler has stolen the Women's Championship here at Game On.
Wow.
Here we go. Our general manager, Stone Cold Steve Austin, is in the house. He is ready to settle this issue with Randy Orton and The Miz and all these attacks that's been going on. Nobody better to settle this than Austin. Security is surrounding the ring, though. He grabs the microphone. He tells Orton and Miz to come to the ring. They both make their entrances, and they are flanked by security guards as well. Both Orton and Miz get a mic when they get in the ring. Austin says, it's time to finally settle this. I'm inviting the 2 masked men to the ring right now so that we can figure this out. No security, no nothing.
Come on.
Get in here. All of a sudden, from the crowd, the 2 masked men emerge. Security's trying to bow up a little bit, but Austin tells them to back off. He says, no, let them in the ring. Let's go. Austin says, all right, who are you? What do you want? The masked men just stand there. They're quite a bit taller than everybody else in the ring. Austin says, did you hear me? Who are you? And what do you want? And again, no movement from these guys. They're standing still as statues. Finally, Randy Orton says, all right, guess we're going to have to beat it out of them. Austin, you might want to step out of the ring. This is about to get messy. Austin obliges. Orton and Miz, they nod at each other as Austin exits the ring. They're ready to go. Miz has his microphone. He says, all right, guys, one more chance. Anything to say for yourselves? And again, no movement. Randy Orton says, well, all right. As the name of the pay-per-view says, it's Game On. Wait. Miz says, I've got something. Get them, boys. And the masked men attack Randy Orton. What is going on? They are beating Randy Orton down. Security is trying to interfere, but they get rid of the security guards too. Austin jumps in, but the Miz and the 2 masked men, they get out of the ring and they head up the ramp. My goodness. We still don't have a solution. Wait a minute. They're taking off their mask. It's Lance Archer and Baron Corbin. What is going on? What are they doing with The Miz? The Miz laughs, raises their arms. What is going on Revolution? Lance Archer and Baron Corbin. My goodness. Jeez, what a night. Well, if you thought order has been restored, you ain't seen nothing yet, because it is time to crown new Revolution Tag Team Champions. Here comes Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly to the ring. And of course, they are taking on the team of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Representing the club, it's the Good Brothers. All right, here we go. Bell sounds and we are underway. Remember, we almost had some issues earlier in the Intercontinental title match. So if anyone from the Undisputed Era or the club interferes in this match, AJ Styles will be stripped of the Intercontinental title. The tag team titles will not be decided, and all 8 men will be suspended. We're underway here, and this is strange. This is unlike any of the other matches we've seen with these guys. it's not breaking down into chaos. Everybody seems to be following the rules of a traditional tag team match. Bobby Fish and Carl Anderson are going to kick us off. The traditional lock-up, exchanging technical wrestling holds. Fish shoots Anderson off the ropes. Kyle O'Reilly catches him with a kick to the small of the back. Fish follows it up with a big clothesline. But that's going to bring Gallows into the ring. He has a big boot on Bobby Fish. He's going after Kyle O'Reilly, but O'Reilly jumps down from the apron as the ref is trying to restrain Gallows. Meanwhile, behind the referee's back, O'Reilly jumps back in. He and Fish, they hit the double leg sweep. Fish makes the cover. The ref finally turns around. 1, 2, a shoulder up by Carl Anderson. Fast forward now towards the end of the match. We see Kyle O'Reilly is really wearing down Carl Anderson. He needs to make a tag to the big LG. Wait a minute. Wait. Up on the stage, Finn Balor and AJ Styles come out on the stage. That's the new Intercontinental Champion. But it looks like they're staying on the stage. They're cheering their guys on. You can hear them yelling. They're clapping. They're trying to get everybody into this. They're not going anywhere. But here comes Cole and Roddy Strong, of course. Another brawl breaking out on the ramp. The officials and security, they're trying to get them separated. Meanwhile, a tag is made. Here comes Luke Gallows. Referee turns around. He waves it off. He didn't see the tag. He was distracted by what's going on the apron. Fish and O'Reilly are just mugging Carl Anderson. They are just trying to take control of this match and not allow Luke Gallows to get involved at all. Uh-oh. You had to know something had to be done about this. Austin grabs the microphone. He says, all right, let's restore some order around here. I'm going to start handing out some suspensions. Let's go. Everybody get to the bag. Let's get a finish to this match. While order is being restored, Kyle O'Reilly, he gets dumped over the top rope. The Good Brothers hit the magic killer on Bobby Fish. Anderson with the cover. He's got him down, and all day long, there's a 1, 2, 3, but the referee is still distracted by the scuffle, separating the rest of the guys. Gallows, he goes to get the ref, but as he does, Kyle O'Reilly comes in and bangs Anderson with a chair over the back. He rolls Bobby Fish over. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish have stolen the tag team titles. Styles and Balor were just trying to support their friends, and it backfired on them. What a turn of events. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are your new tag team champions. All right. Swing a monster for the working man here. All right, here we go.
Chris.
We're getting set up now for a Fozzy concert, the much-anticipated Fozzy concert. Here we go. Want to remind everybody that the new tag team champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, will defend their titles on the next episode of Revolution against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. One more ride. Will they capture the championships? Also, we have learned there will be a triple threat match coming up on the next episode of Revolution between Alexa Bliss, Candice LeRae, and Britt Baker, the 3 women who were not involved in the final decision of tonight's match. The winner of that will be the number 1 contender for Shayna Baszler's Women's Championship. And then, of course, we're going to hear from The Miz for the first time. Now let's go up to Mike Rome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the fastest rising rock bands in the world with 6 top 20 songs on the Billboard charts, including their current single, I Still Burn. Here is Grant Brooks, PJ Farley, Billy Gray, the Duke, Rich Ward, and the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, Chris Jericho. This is Fozzy.
Don't tell me I don't need this anymore. Don't tell me I don't feel the same inside. What the hell do I keep fighting for? 'Cause underneath I'm never satisfied.
Chosen one.
What? What is this? It can't be. That's Double J, Jeff Jarrett. What is he doing on Revolution? The chosen one has interrupted Fozzy. Jeff Jarrett grabs the mic and says, cut the crap, Jericho. The only There's only one greatest wrestler and entertainer around here, and it's me. You want to try to claim that title, you're going to have to fight me for it. Jericho says, you're on, get us a ref, we're going to have a match right now. My goodness, here comes a referee down to the ring. He rings the bell, here we go. Impromptu match here on Revolution. Jericho is aggressively going after Jeff Jarrett, but Jarrett he's eluding him. He starts with a series of jab. He hits the ropes. Jarrett misses the clothesline, but Jericho catches him with a thumb to the eye, and then a big clothesline of his own. He puts his foot on Jarrett's chest, going for that arrogant cover, flexing his muscles, but only gets a 1 count. Jericho shoots Jarrett off the ropes, goes for a clothesline. Jarrett slides between Jericho's legs, and he hits a drop kick. And another drop kick to Jericho. He's going for a third. Jericho catches his feet, turns it into the walls of Jericho. He is really wrenching back on Jarrett here. Ask him. Jericho keeps demanding. Ask him. Finally, Jeff Jarrett, he's able to roll onto his back. He rolls Jericho up the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Both men up. Jericho goes for the Judas effect. Jarrett ducks. Jarrett springboard from the middle turnbuckle. Big cross body. The cover. 1, 2, a kick out by Chris Jericho. Jeff Jarrett grabs Chris Jericho. He's trying to hook him for a suplex. Jericho reverses, and he hits a suplex of his own in the middle of the ring. Jarrett is laying there. Jericho looks around. It looks like he's going to go for the lion salt. He hits the ropes, but Jarrett, he shoves him and he ties Jericho's leg up in the ropes. Jericho is in no man's land here. Jeff Jarrett taking advantage, working on the knee of Chris Jericho. He pulls him to the center of the ring. He calls for it. He's going for the figure 4, but Jericho rolls him up. 1, 2, kick out. Jericho charges in, but again, Jeff Jarrett evades him. He hooks him, going for the stroke. Jericho escapes. Boom, there's the Judas effect. Out of nowhere, nobody gets up from that. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho wins this hard-fought impromptu match. But what an impressive showing by the debuting Jeff Jarrett here at Game On. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of Game On, and it is for the PBWF Revolution World Heavyweight Championship.
You think you know me?
Here he comes, the Rated R Superstar Edge, who he really sort of stumbled into this match by winning a 6-man tag. He's by himself. There's no Matt Cardona. There's no Brian Myers. They promised they'd be here, but they're not. And here we go. Of course, he's flanked by the Usos and his special counsel, Paul Heyman, the #1 draft pick of Revolution, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. The Usos go to the back. Paul Heyman, the only one coming to the ring with Roman, though. Here we go. Both men stare each other down. The referee holds up the richest prize in our sport, that big gold championship belt. The bell sounds, and here we go. The two men lock up. No one really with the real size advantage here. People just forget how big Edge actually is. Both men exchange slight advantages. Edge shoots Roman off the ropes. Roman hits that huge leaping clothesline that he does. Roman is pumped up. Edge rolls to the outside of the ring to gather himself. Finally, he rolls back in, and after a few exchanges, Roman goes for that big haymaker. Edge ducks, and he hits him with the Edge-O-Matic, that reverse facebuster. The cover, but only a 1 count. It's going to take more than that to keep Roman Reigns down. Roman rolls to the outside. He's trying to confer with Paul Heyman here to get a new strategy. Fast forward deeper into the match. Roman has worn Edge down a bit, but Edge, he starts coming back, shoots Roman off the ropes, lowers his head. Roman hooks the guillotine. Roman's got the guillotine choke, that devastating choke that has taken out so many people. Edge is fading. The ref checks on him, but Edge, he's fighting his way up. He's powering up, shoves Roman into the buckle. And again, but Roman still has the guillotine locked in. Lucky for Edge, he is right at the rope, so he just grabs the ropes. Referee has to call for a break. Roman is forced to break the guillotine, and he is not happy about it. So he sets up in the corner. He's going for the spear. He measures Edge, turns around. Edge leapfrogs. Roman hits the buckle. He staggers back. Edge hits a spear of his own. He covers him. 1, 2, a shoulder up by Roman Reigns. He barely kicked out of that one. Edge, he's starting to get into the rage. He's pulling his hair. He's got that look on his face. He's setting up in the corner, going for another spear. Charges in. Big boot by Roman Reigns, followed up by a Superman punch. Roman, though, not going for the cover. He goes to the corner. He's going to try to finish Edge off with another spear. He lines it up. There's the ooh-ah that he does. And a spear right in the middle of the ring. The cover, the count. 1, 2, kick out by Edge. Edge is up. That is unbelievable. What's he going to take to win this match? Roman sets up in the corner again, though. Looks like a Superman punch this time. He leaps up. Edge catches him, turns him around, pulls him down into the crossface. Center of the ring, what a counter. Edge has got the crossface. Oh, here come the Usos. Usos out of the back. I figured that they wouldn't stay in the back for long. They're up on the apron trying to get the ref's attention. Roman is tapping out behind the referee's back. The referee does not see it. We have got to get some order going on around here. Uh-oh, wait, what is this? Here they come. Brian Myers and Smart Mark Sterling are coming down the aisle. They get the Usos down from the apron, and the fight is on. Well, wait a minute. From the backside, it's Chelsea Green, and there's Matt Cardona. They come from the crowd. Chelsea gets another low blow on Paul Heyman. He just needs to get out of the way. Chelsea Green is a mad woman. The referee is still trying to restore order. Behind his back, Matt Cardona jumps in the ring, and he's got a chair. What's he going to do with it? He bashes Roman Reigns over the head. He has laid out the tribal chief. Edge coming over to make the pin, but he gets hit by Cardona too. Cardona hits Edge with a chair. What just happened? Cardona's got that sadistic smile on his face. He picks Edge up. Radio silence. He slides out of the ring. Roman Reigns rolls over. Not this way. Not this way. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Thanks to a major assist, Roman Reigns is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Roman gets out of the ring. The Bloodlines celebrate as they go up the ramp. Cardona and Myers, Chelsea and Smart Mark, they get into the ring. Edge is a sitting duck. Ron Myers takes the chair, and he hits Edge in the back with it. Smart Mark and Chelsea, they start stomping him and spitting on the Hall of Famer. This is a disgrace. Referee is trying to stop him. Brian Myers just chucks him out of the ring. Chelsea grabs a second chair. Cardona puts it under Edge's head. Oh no. Don't tell me they are going to get a concerto on Edge. Don't do this. This might end his career. Wait a minute! That's Christian! Here comes Christian! The major players scatter. Christian comes in to check on Edge. What will be the fallout of this? On Revolution next week. We'll see you then.
Ooh. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
What a ride.
You genuinely shocked me a couple of times.
Good.
I liked it.
I'm pretty pissed.
Told you would be.
You said don't get your hopes up. Well, they were up.
I like the team idea though of Archer and Corbin.
Right?
Like, those two guys together, I get it.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting them
Right?
in that spot.
Yeah, those are and because hasn't Miz this whole time been like, I had nothing to do with this. I had
Right.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You don't trust him, you know.
No, I
Never.
figured he was involved the whole time. I just didn't know who the other. I was like,
Yeah.
I swear, if this is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, and he gets the Miz Taraj back together, I may flip the table right here.
that would have been cool.
Oh, that's good.
Man, wow. I didn't see Double J coming.
Yeah.
That was a good pop too.
I like
that was a
that.
good pop. Poor Jericho. He's turning into the new Elias. Just can't finish his daggum concert.
I know. Poor
Jericho, if you're listening, I'll let you do your concert on Mayhem one time. Just,
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, speaking of mayhem,
oh Lord.
let's do it, man. Let's throw it over to Andy here and let's see what we got. Oh, I need to give you this. That's right.
I'm gonna do it from my phone this week.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I need the piece too.
You're doing it from your phone. That's right.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties here, folks.
Ain't nothing difficult. You're just dumb.
Well, that could be argued for sure.
Sorry.
You got used on your
Dude, I tried to hit a couple of these sound effects, but the cheering is so I got to fix the cheering
Okay.
because I tried to hit a. Just couldn't hear it over the.
Yeah,
cheering.
I saw you hit it a couple times and it wasn't
That's okay.
coming through.
That's
but
fine. I'll work that in at some point so you can hit it. So you can. There you go.
What volume does it need to be at?
Just shy of all. Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool.
All
All right. Here we go. Not 30 minutes on the clock. Let's see what we got here for Mayhem.
During this, there is a video package that is being played of Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega, all of the stars that are going to be here tonight. There's no pyro tonight in this pay-per-view. Michael Cole comes on and says, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conquest of Champions. I am your anchor for this evening, Michael Cole, as always, joined by Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett. And tonight, we have a loaded card for you. And let's get started with our opening contest. It is a semifinal match for the PBWF World Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega is making his way out to the ring. It's just Omega tonight. No Young Bucks with him as they have a match later on tonight. Kenny comes out looking focused and as good as ever. He is ready to compete tonight. He is ready to walk away with this championship as he slides into the ring, his opponent. Jon Moxley makes his way out from the crowd like he always does. And let's not forget how these two men got to this point in this matchup tonight. Kenny Omega defeating Darby Allin in the opening round contest and then getting past Shinsuke Nakamura, while Jon Moxley has, I think it's safe to say, he's been through a lot the last couple of weeks, as after beating Paige, getting attacked, and barely getting by MJF last week. Both men are in the ring. The bell rings, and we are underway as Kenny Omega is in complete control from the beginning, as Jon Moxley is... It's fair to say Jon Moxley is less than 50% at this point, after the beatings that he has taken. Kenny Omega nails Jon Moxley with a Dragon Sleeper suplex, followed by another one, followed by a third one. Moxley is very slowly selling up when Kenny goes for the V-trigger, but Moxley dodges it, tries to roll him up. 1, 2, Kenny kicks out the last second. Kenny gets up as quick as he can, but Moxley dodges him and nails Kenny with a huge German suplex. Kenny is selling up, but Mox hits him with a snap suplex. 1, 2, Kenny gets the shoulder up again. Mox then kicks Kenny in the gut, tries to go for the paradigm shift, but Kenny is able to get out of it, nailing Moxley with a V-trigger. Moxley is staggered against the rope, but Kenny hits not one, but 2 consecutive V-triggers back-to-back. He gets Moxley up for the one-winged angel, but Jon Moxley is able to shimmy out of the way. Kenny tries to hit another V-trigger, but Moxley moves, and oh no, the ref goes down. The ref eats a V-trigger. Kenny turns around into a paradigm shift. Moxley goes for the cover, but the ref is completely down. I mean, we're at a 10 count at this point. He turns around. There's someone on the apron. Oh no, a buckshot lariat. Boom! Adam Page is on the ramp. He's on the apron. He took out Jon Moxley again. Moxley cannot get a break. Page realizes that the referee is still down, so he rolls out of the ring. He grabs a steel chair. He gets back into the ring, and he nails Moxley with a deadeye onto the chair, throws the chair out of the way. He grabs Kenny, picks him up, and he then picks up Jon Moxley, hits a one-winged angel just for the fun of it at that point. The referee is back up on his feet. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega wins and is moving on to the championship round tonight, and he has a chance to win the PBWF World Mayhem Championship. But Adam Page, he is not done with the attack. He is back in the ring. He is just laying in shot after shot after shot. Kenny Omega picks him up. Kenny doesn't look too happy that he got involved, but the two men smile and they hug and they too sweet each other in the ring. The Elite seems to be back together once again, and Kenny jumps in with Page as they continue to beat down Moxley, punch after punch. They are just wailing in. Page is on top of that open cut from Jon Moxley and just busted it back open again. Finally, security is back out. William Regal is back out there. He is not happy, and Jon Moxley is just in a very, very bad way. Everybody, it's just Moxley in the ring and the medical team. They try to help Moxley up, but Moxley gets up, shoves the medical team out of the way, and staggers towards the back. In between these matches, there's actually an ad that is played for our next and our upcoming pay-per-view. Addicted to Chaos is the next pay-per-view. As you see images of barbed wire and you see images of steel chairs and all of the fun stuff. It's going to be a very, very hardcore level pay-per-view. But as we come back, Jon Moxley is walking through the backstage area. Regal stops him and says, "John, look, now is not the time. You aren't going to do anything right now. You're not in shape to do this." And so Moxley says, "Fine, but you better give me Page Addicted to Chaos." And Regal says, "Deal." We cut back to the ring. Jordynne Grace is making her way out to the ring after her very impressive win over Beth Phoenix, the surprise entrant in the tournament in Week 3 of PBWF Mayhem. After laying out Beth Phoenix, she is now here and ready to prove that she is the women's division here. But her opponent, Asuka, is making her way to the ring. Jordynne Grace is almost impossible to beat, but if there is one person on this roster that can beat her, it is the Empress of Tomorrow. It is Asuka. She is looking very, very ready to be here after getting by Bianca Belair to get to this semifinal matchup against Jordynne Grace. Both women are in the ring. As the bell rings, Asuka tries to get the upper hand by taking the attack to Grace. She is really trying to hit shot after shot. She hits a stiff rolling backhand followed by multiple chops to the chest, but it has no effect. Asuka tries to hit another chop, but Grace catches her arm. She literally lifts her up by one arm and spine busts her back down. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out the last second.
I know, me too.
Grace is in complete control. She is in complete control for a lot of this match. She is tossing Asuka all the way around the ring. She is throwing Asuka. She hits a German suplex, followed by a toss suplex. Grace then Irish whips Asuka off the ropes and drills her with another spine buster. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out the last second again. Jordynne Grace sets up Asuka for that Grace driver that took out Beth Phoenix a couple weeks ago, but Asuka is able to get out of it, and she nails a stiff kick to the side of the head, but Grace is still on her feet. Asuka bounces off the rope, goes for a drop kick, but Grace is still on her feet. She can't get her off her feet. Finally, Asuka climbs to the middle rope and hits Grace with another drop kick to the back of the head, finally getting her off her feet. Asuka goes for another kick to the side of Grace's head, but she gets caught. Grace lifts her up with a powerbomb. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out again. Grace cannot put Asuka away, and at this point, Grace is getting seriously frustrated. She tries to lift Asuka up again for the Grace driver, but Asuka is able to escape, rolls her up. 1, 2, 3. Asuka gets the roll-up victory. She powders out of the ring as quickly as she can. Grace is so mad. She is in the ring. She is kicking the ropes. She is very upset. Asuka survives and will move on in the finals later tonight to see if she will become the first ever PBWF Women's World Champion.
Didn't see that one coming.
I will say I thought Oscar was about to get squashed.
Yep, me too.
Dude.
I would not do that to my girl.
And then we could call her Squashka. I'm just saying. Could have done it. Could have had another merch line.
Woo!
Who's the foot?
Who's the foot and Squashka? That's your tag team right there. The following, let's go back to the ring for the next matchup, which is another semifinal match for the PBWF Men's World Championship. Seth Rollins is making his way to the ring. Triple H is following very closely behind him. Let's remember how Seth Rollins got here. He got the big victory over Samoa Joe and then got a lot of help last week against CM Punk from Eric Bischoff to move to this spot to get to the championship match. The crowd is singing along with him. He is ready to become the champion tonight. And his opponent.
Love that song.
Kevin Owens is making his way to the ring. Let's not forget how Kevin got here after barely getting by Keith Lee in the opening round and then beating Malachi Black with some help of we don't know who is out there trying to get Malachi Black. The foot! Kevin Owens is out here ready to move on to this championship round to face Kenny Omega for the PBWF championship. And let's not forget, as the bell rings, let's not forget, both of these men are very good friends. Both of these men have a lot of respect for each other. Triple H has a lot of respect for Kevin Owens as well, so this will be a very interesting matchup. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, they stand face to face, and they both laugh, and they shake one another's hand to show their friendship, and the bell and the ring, the match continues, the match gets going. Both men try to really catch each other up by rolling each other up, but neither man can get the pin. Finally, KO tries to run towards Seth, but gets kicked in the gut. Seth goes for the pedigree, but Kevin Owens is able to get out, goes for the stunner. Seth is able to escape and roll out of the ring. Seth finally slides back into the ring, but Kevin Owens is on the attack, trying to get the upper hand. Seth is trying to block, but KO just lays out Seth Rollins with a massive clothesline. Kevin Owens then picks up Seth Rollins, throws him against the rope for the pop-up powerbomb, but Seth is able to counter into a double meteor right in the air. Seth tries to hit the curb stomp, but KO moves out of the way. KO kicks Seth in the gut. Both arms are hooked. Nails him with a package pile driver. 1, 2, Rollins gets the shoulder up. Kevin Owens climbs to the top rope and lands a massive frog splash from the top rope. Covers him again. 1, 2, Rollins kicks out again. Kevin Owens picks up Seth for the stunner, but Seth catches the kick, rolls him through, hits him with the super kick right in the chin. He then grabs KO and nails him with the pedigree. 1, 2, Owens gets his shoulder up that time. Seth climbs to the top rope himself and lands a just as beautifully of a frog splash of his own, but doesn't go for the pin this time. Instead, he bounces off the ropes, nails a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Seth. Wrong music. Here's your winner, Seth Rollins, as he is moving on to face Kenny Omega for the PBWF World Championship. A dream match for a dream title tonight, folks. If you haven't already, this is going to be a massive, massive match. And as Seth Rollins is celebrating in the ring, Triple H kind of gets in the ring with him celebrating. Kevin Owens is very slowly pulling himself up off the rope. Triple H helps him get up off the rope. Shakes his hand, gives him a hug. Seth Rollins kind of looks a little confused, but then him and Kevin Owens hug as well. And Kevin Owens leaves the ring, and Seth Rollins celebrates in the middle of the ring to move on to the championship match later tonight.
Nice callback.
Always love a good show of sportsmanship.
Yes, especially between two heels. It works.
Yeah. It's like, wait, do I like y'all now? What do I do? I don't know.
The final matchup in the final semifinal matchup for the PBWF Women's World Championship is taking place right now. Becky Lynch is making her way. Somehow she got even bigger sunglasses this week as she is making her way out to the ring. Smoke is filling the entire rampway. She is walking out to the ring. Will the man finally get back on top? Will she become the first ever PBWF Women's World Champion? Let's not forget she got past Io Shirai to get to this point. but her opponent is not someone that you can sleep on. Ruby Soho is making her way out to the ring, fired up, ready to show that her victory over Sasha Banks was not a fluke by any means, that she is here and she is going to become the PBWF Women's Champion. The bell rings and Ruby really tries to steal another win as everybody is trying to save up as much energy as they can, but she only gets a 2 count. Finally, Becky gets up quick. Ruby catches Ruby with a manhandle slam. 1, 2. Ruby kicks out the last second. Becky then tries to apply the disarmor, but Ruby is able to roll her up. 1, 2. Becky kicks out this time. Becky tries to nail her with another manhandle slam, but Ruby is able to escape. Hits her with the Soho kick to the side of the face. 1, 2. Kick out. Oh, Becky Lynch kicked out the last second. Ruby cannot believe it.
The kick out.
I had a lisp there. I'm sorry.
Oh, you knew you were doing 1, 2, kick out. You knew.
Ruby is looking to nail Becky with a pile driver, but Becky is able to finally escape it. She rolls through directly into another manhandle slam. This time, Becky locks in the disarmor. Ruby tries everything she can to escape. She is crawling closer and closer to the rope, but Becky wrenches back even further. She can't reach the rope, and Ruby is forced to tap out. Becky Lynch is moving on tonight to face Asuka for the PBWF Women's World Championship. Michael Cole is on commentary, and he says, well, if this pay-per-view is going to be called Conquest of Champions, I think it's time we had our first ever championship match. And this is for the Pure Wrestling Championship, and it is going to be a ladder match with these 4 men. CM Punk is making his way to the ring. He is not looking in a good mood tonight. He looks very unhappy about what happened to him in the main event of PBWF Mayhem last week. Let's remember how he got here, though. He was able to survive Powerhouse Hobbs before the interference from Eric Bischoff, and he was eliminated by Seth Rollins last week. He is not in a good mood. He looks forward to getting this opportunity to right the wrong that took place last week. Well, Mayhem is not around without its controversies, and this might be the biggest controversy in the entire roster right now as Malachi Black is making his way to the ring. Let's not forget, he was able to beat Cody Rhodes in the first round before falling short to Kevin Owens after distractions from who we have now dubbed the Foot on this roster. We don't know what's happening. We don't know who's going to show up next. We don't know what is going to happen. But Malachi Black is looking to become the first ever Pure Wrestling champion.
My name's Rick.
No, he's on your roster. Shinsuke Nakamura is making his way to the ring, and he is fired up, ready to get this opportunity, as he was able to shock the world after defeating Drew McIntyre in the first round before falling short to Kenny Omega in a dream matchup last week. Let's see if Shinsuke Nakamura can get back on top and find that Nakamura that we all love and want to see each and every week. MJF is making his way. Oh, Lord, he's got another microphone in his hand. This is not good for anybody. Can someone cut his mic before he even starts? MJF grabs the mic and says, you know, I was screwed out of my opportunity to win the PBWF Mayhem World Championship. Regal put me in there with a man that wasn't even cleared to fight but still was able to compete. I will not be disrespected by anyone ever again. I should be in the finals in the main event. I mean, how does a loser like Kevin Owens even get there? But that doesn't matter anymore because I am going to become the first ever Pure Wrestling champion because a washed-up has-been, a goth cosplayer, and a whack job aren't on my level, and there isn't anything. Malachi Black comes flying out of the rope. He comes and nails a suicide dive on MJF. Malachi Black is not in the mood to hear his crap tonight. Punk and Nakamura just start throwing punches in the ring as the bell finally rings. We're going to get this thing started, while Black is definitely on the outside just swinging for the fences on MJF. Shinsuke drops Punk with a single leg drop kick. Black jumps on the apron but gets knocked off by a clothesline back to the floor. Nakamura slides out of the ring, grabs the first ladder. He brings it back into the ring but gets met with a drop kick by Punk, the ladder knocking him out of the ring. Punk then grabs the ladder, starts to set it up, then begins to climb, but Malachi Black jumps from the apron, hits a springboard onto the ladder. Both Black and Punk are trading shots at the top of the ladder, but MJF gets in the ring and is able to push the ladder over, knocking both men off the ladder and crashing to the floor. And the table that Punk set up at the very beginning of the match, Punk got out and grabbed a table, set it up. There's tables all over the place for this ladder match. Punk and Black go flying through a table. MJF is admiring his work, but from behind, Nakamura hits him with an exploder suplex, landing the top of his shoulders onto a ladder that was already in the ring. Nakamura grabs the ladder, starts to climb, but Punk is able to finally get back in the ring. He grabs Nakamura's leg, pulls him straight off onto his shoulders, and plants him with a GTS. Black is back on the apron. There we go. But Punk drops him with a drop kick. MJF slides into the ring, but Punk hits him with a GTS. Punk is all alone. Punk is going to have this thing won. He sets the ladder up. He starts to climb up to the top. Oh, no. Brock Lesnar is on his way out, and that's Eric Bischoff walking with Brock Lesnar. Oh, my gosh, what is going to happen? He's still got the ponytail and the beard, but Brock Lesnar is in PBWF mayhem, and he looks like he is dead set on CM Punk. Is this the lethal dose of poison that Eric Bischoff was talking about? Punk is in complete shock Punk is in complete shock, and instead of climbing, just tries to catch Brock with a suicide dive, but Brock catches Punk and drills him with a suplex. Brock then drags Punk's body to the side with a draped ladder. He sets the ladder up, drapes it over the top. Brock then pulls Punk to the apron, puts him through the ladder with a huge F5. Brock starts to walk away, but he stops. He looks down. He pulls the padding off the floor to expose the concrete floor. Brock then pulls Punk's lifeless body over, hits him with another F5 onto the concrete floor. Brock and Bischoff smile as they walk away back up the ramp. They wanted nothing to do with this championship. They just wanted to take out CM Punk. And so we're back in the ring, and Black and MJF and Nakamura are just now kind of pulling themselves up, realizing what just happened. MJF tries to drill Black, but Black catches him with a bicycle knee. Nakamura then connects with a kick to the side of the head. MJF low blows Malachi Black. Nakamura tries to go for a clothesline on MJF, but MJF catches his arm and begins to lock in the salt of the earth. Nakamura is screaming in pain, but Black is now on the apron, hits a springboard double foot stomp to MJF. Nakamura tries to pull himself back up, but turns around and gets drilled with a black mass out of nowhere. Black sees the ladder, starts to slowly climb up the ladder, but then the lights go out. And on the stage, once again, it's Buddy Matthews and Brody King. They're strung up once again with their wrists and their ankles tied, and there's a spotlight on Malachi Black in the ring. Black looks conflicted, but remembers what happened last time, and so he starts to climb the ladder, but then all the lights go out again. The lights are completely out. What is going to happen? What is going on? Oh my gosh, it's the Fiend! He's got a mandible claw on Malachi Black on top of the ladder. Malachi Black falls off the top of the ladder. The Fiend is jumped back down and has the mandible claw locked in again. I mean, what is going on? It's been the Fiend the entire time that's been attacking Malachi Black. It all makes sense now. The lights go back off, and they come back on, and the Fiend and Buddy Matthews and Brody King are gone, but Malachi Black is still laid in the ring, completely wiped out. MJF and Nakamura slowly pull themselves to the apron, and they both look really confused, but also like they just crapped their pants at the same time because they have no idea. They're afraid of what's going to happen next. They don't know who's going to come out next. Both men then look at each other from across the ring. They get through the ropes as quickly as they can and begin to climb the ladder. Both men are throwing punches while trying to reach for the title. Nakamura catches MJF with a kick to the side of the face, but MJF doesn't fall down. MJF then slides down a little bit, but is able to grab Nakamura's legs, pull him through the ladder, trapping Nakamura. MJF smiles. He climbs to the top, and he becomes the first ever PBWF Pure Wrestling Champion. MJF wins the title. He's holding the title at the top, screaming, "I did it myself! I did it all by myself! I needed no one's help!" And there's a shot of the camera that shows just the carnage that this match was. Malachi Black still laying out in the ring. Nakamura trapped in the ladder. Punk laid out on the concrete and bleeding. I mean, MJF is up there celebrating, but let's be real honest. He did not win this championship tonight. He survived and becomes the Pure Wrestling Champion. As we cut to a ad of some sort so we can clear the ring out because there's a lot of stuff everywhere.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
going to take a drink while they're clearing the ring out.
Yeah, oh boy.
That's hilarious.
All right, man. You gave me Brock, but then you gave me the Fiend.
A little sour, a little sweet. There you go.
I'm happy. Also, I kind of get it now why they always use Brock because it works.
It does. It does. Justin Roberts is in the ring. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the PBWF Mayhem Tag Team Champions. Chips.
Say yeah!
FTR are making their way out to the ring after getting the big victory a couple weeks ago to get to this point.
We go hard!
Their counterpart, Seth Rollins, is already getting his opportunity for the championship tonight. Will Revision have most of the gold by the end of the night? We will find out, but they have no easy feat as their opponents. Confetti goes flying everywhere. The Young Bucks come out. One of the best tag teams in the world versus another one of the best tag teams in the world. This is going to be a heck of a matchup. The Young Bucks versus FTR for the PBWF Mayhem Tag Team Championships. The bell rings, and it's Dax Hardwood and it's Nick Jackson starting off this match. And the crowd is just buzzing. I mean, this is a match that everybody... You can't have both these teams in the ring and not have a really good match. Everybody is buzzing ready. Dax and Nick go back and forth, trading shots after shots, pinning attempts, but no one is able to get the upper hand. Nick Jackson goes for a super kick, but gets caught. Then Dax spins Nick around and nails him with a German suplex, but Nick is able to roll back up, drop kick Dax in the back in the face, and both men are down. Matt and Cash get in the ring and start trading shots themselves while the ref tries to get control. Both FTR and the Young Bucks are face to face. The crowd is just in a frenzy now. Everybody is standing face to face. We have a standoff, and they're hockey fighting. They just start holding each other and just punching each other left and right. They're just throwing shots after shots. Cash Wheeler and Matt Jackson tackle each other to the outside of the ring. While in the ring, Nick Jackson lands a super kick on Dax Hardwood. And then Nick runs and hits a suicide dive onto Cash Wheeler on the outside. Matt Jackson then picks up Cash, hits a Frankensteiner on the outside, taking out Cash. Both Jacksons get back in the ring, go for stereo super kicks, but Dax dodges it, bounces off the ropes, and nails both men with a drop kick, knocking Matt completely out of the ring. Dax then grabs Nick and tries to plant him with a pile driver, but Nick gets out of it and throws a forearm. Both men continue to throw hands. Cash slides back into the ring, grabs Nick from behind, goes for the German, but Nick lands on his feet, runs towards Cash, but gets caught with a shatter machine. 1, 2, Matt is back in to break up the pinfall. All four men are just now down and slow to get up. All four men are in the ring. This has been a car crash of a match. Cash and Matt roll to the outside. Both Dax and Nick tag in the other members. Cash and Matt now rush each other in the ring, trying to get the upper hand. But Matt eventually gets the upper hand by landing a super kick into a German suplex. The Young Bucks are in complete control and keeping the ring cut off. Cash can't make the tag to Dax, and the Young Bucks are continually adding on to the punishment. Nick Jackson is now legal, goes for a Canadian destroyer, but Cash is able to get out of it, roll him up, 1, 2, kick out. But Cash nails a running knee, knocking both Cash and Nick to the outside. Cash is able to finally get back into the ring as Nick gets into the ring. Cash hits the hot tag to Dax while Nick tags in Matt. Dax is running wild, taking out both Matt Jackson and knocking Nick off the apron. Matt Jackson goes for a super kick, but Dax catches it, turns Matt around, kick to the gut, nails him with the pedigree. 1, 2, Nick Jackson breaks up the pin. Cash gets in, tries to throw Nick out, but Nick catches the ropes, swings around, and kicks Cash in the side of the head. Dax goes for a German suplex on Nick, but Nick slides under it, kick to the back of Dax's knee. Matt then kicks the back of Dax's head. The Bucks are setting up for the BTE trigger, but Dax gets out of the way, making both of the members bang their knee together. Cash gets back into the ring, turns Nick around, and FTR plants the Bucks with a stereo pedigree. 1, 2, but both of them kick out.
Oh my god.
FTR cannot believe it.
Oh my god.
Dax then tags in Cash and goes for the pile driver move, the assisted top rope pile driver. But Nick slides back in, kicks the back of Dax. I think I lost my spot. Hang on. No, FTR can't believe it. Dax tags in to Cash, goes for the pile driver, but Nick slides in, kicks the back of Dax's head. Nick jumps to the top rope, and then hits a Spanish fly onto Cash. 1, 2, Cash is able to kick out. Matt walks over and tags in Nick and go for to hit the Beal driver, but the Bucks grab Cash wrist and nail him with a BTE trigger. 1, 2, Dax is back in and breaks up the pin. All 4 men are completely spent and tired. I'm spent and tired calling this match. Nick then throws Dax out of the ring while Matt tries to land a super kick to Cash, but Cash ducks it and Matt accidentally nails Nick with a super kick. Cash German suplex Matt out of the ring. And falls forward toward his corner. Dax tags in. They hit the Shatter Machine one more time, followed by hitting a pedigree to Nick. 1, 2, 3. FTR is your winner, and they are the new PBWF Tag Team Champions. And that was one of the best tag team matches we have ever seen.
Oh, wow.
What a match here at Conquest of Champions.
That was exciting. What? Never mind. I loved watching Chris.
I know. I know.
That's what made it.
Every Young Bucks match, I'm just going to mention that same thing just to get that same reaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wanted the Bucks to lose. That's all. Is that too much to ask?
No.
No, it happened. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the PBWF Mayhem Women's World Championship. Asuka is making her way out to the ring after surviving Jordynne Grace earlier in the night. She is here. She is ready to take on Becky Lynch. These two women know each other like the back of their hand, so this is going to be a match worth watching. I can tell you that right now. Becky Lynch is making her way out as smoke fills the arena again. And she has different sunglasses and even bigger sunglasses now as she comes out. Sunglasses that match her ego, but she can back it up. She can put in the work in the ring. This is going to be a great match. This is for the PBWF Women's World Championship. And the bell rings, and this is just a back and forth action. Both women trying to give it everything they have, but they are still spent from their first 2 matches earlier in the night. Becky tries to nail her with a manhandle slam, but Asuka blocks it and hits Becky with a rolling back fist. Asuka then tries to lock in the Asuka lock, but Becky is able to roll through it and nail her with a drop kick. Becky then climbs to the rope, goes off the top rope and lands a huge leg drop, but Asuka catches her, pulls her back in for the Asuka lock. Becky crawls closer and closer to the rope, but Asuka is able to push away, rolling away from the rope and just lock in the Asuka lock even deeper. Becky is about to tap, but is able to roll Asuka on her shoulders. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out the last second. And Becky turns the kick out right into a disarmor. Becky wrenches the arm back, but this time Asuka is able to roll it through. 1, 2, Becky kicks out this time. Becky and Asuka begin just to trade shots back and forth. The crowd are split between both women. Becky gets the upper hand by hitting Asuka with an exploder suplex. Becky then climbs back to the top rope, tries to hit the leg drop, finally hits it this time. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out. Becky sets up Asuka for the manhandle slam, but she is able to break out of it, bounces off the rope for a drop kick, but Becky catches her into the manhandle slam. 1, 2, Asuka kicks out again. Becky goes for the disarmer, but Asuka rolls her up again. But this time she just applies the Asuka lock deep hole in the middle of the ring. Becky is in the middle of the ring. She is trying to get to the ropes, but her body is tired. Her body is spent. Becky Lynch passes out, and your new PBWF Women's World Champion is Asuka. Asuka is celebrating in the ring. She grabs the championship. She's on the corner. Becky rolls to the outside. She's on the apron. You can just see the frustration and the pain in Becky's eyes. But she just kind of drops off the apron and just slowly walks back up the ramp as Asuka is celebrating in the ring.
I have thoughts, but I won't say it.
Are you gonna make it? You
Yeah,
good?
yeah, I'm
Okay,
good. I'm working myself up. I'm fired up on my own show.
It's really good.
Really
long.
It is very long. Michael Cole is on commentary, and he starts to run on the card for next week's PBWF Mayhem. He talks about how there's going to be the fallout. We're going to find out who's going to be in the number one contenders match for both the women's and the men's championships. What is going on with Malachi Black and The Fiend? What is going on with CM Punk and Brock Lesnar? We are going to find out more next week, but that's next week because tonight and right now it's all about the main event of the evening. Kenny Omega is making his way out to the ring after beating Darby Allin the first round, Nakamura the second round, and then Jon Moxley in the third round. He is here to put away the talk of who is the best wrestler in the world between these two men. This is more than just a championship match at this point. This is a test of who really is one of the top wrestlers in the world. Kenny Omega slides into the ring. Seth Rollins makes his way out. Triple H following right behind him once again. Triple H and Seth Rollins are laughing. They're ready for this match. He hasn't fully prepared for this. Seth got here by beating Joe in the first round, Punk in the second round, and then squeezing by Kevin Owens in the third round. And both of these men are just staring at each other in the ring. The bell rings. The crowd is still buzzing for this one. This is a match that we've been waiting for a while. Two of the best wrestlers in the world are about to tear the house down, and it's all for the PBWF Mayhem World Championship. And there's just an insane amount of counters and trying to get the advantage between both men, but neither man can really get that advantage. Kenny gets Seth up for the one-winged angel, but Seth is able to slide out of it and hit a Frankensteiner. Seth then goes for the curb stomp, but Kenny gets out of the way and nails Seth with a dragon sleeper suplex, sending Seth out of the ring. Kenny goes for a suicide dive, taking Seth out. Kenny then tries to get Seth back in the ring, but Triple H turns the corner, and now we have a face-off between Triple H and Kenny Omega. Both men are just staring at each other. But from behind, Kenny Omega eats a super kick to the back of the head from Seth Rollins. Triple H and Seth Rollins laugh and hug before Seth grabs Kenny again, throws him back into the ring. Seth climbs onto the apron, goes for the flying knee, but Kenny dodges it and nails him with a German suplex. Seth starts to sell against the ropes when Kenny goes for the V-trigger, but Seth dodges it, sending Kenny back to the apron. Kenny is selling onto the apron. Seth bounces off the ropes and hits a huge blockbuster from the apron to the floor, taking both men out. The ref gets to the count of 8 before both men finally slowly pull themselves back into the ring. Seth and Kenny are on their knees, just kind of trading shots back and forth. The crowd is split for this one. Kenny goes for the upper hand by slightly by hitting multiple punches, but Seth kicks Kenny in the gut, followed by a V-trigger of his own. 1, 2, Kenny kicks out. Seth goes for a pedigree, but Kenny is able to escape by hitting Seth with a standing knee. Kenny goes for a Hurricane Rana, but Seth catches him and drills him in the corner with a buckle bomb. Seth goes off the ropes for the curb stomp, but Kenny dodges it. He kicks Seth in the gut and nails him with a pile driver. 1, 2, Seth kicks out. Kenny goes for the one-winged angel, but Seth once again slides down the back of Kenny and chop blocks his knee, followed by a super kick to the back of the head, and then nails Kenny with a pedigree. 1, 2, Kenny kicks out again. Seth has had enough and slowly climbs to the top rope. It looks like he's going to go for that famous Phoenix Splash, but Kenny gets up and gets Seth on his shoulders and plants him with the one-winged angel. 1, 2, Triple H pulls the referee out of the ring, crashing the ref to the floor. Kenny rolls out of the ring and gets face-to-face with Triple H. Both men are yelling and getting into each other's face. Kenny tries to get back in the ring, but as he slides in, Seth nails him with the curb stomp. Triple H tries to get the referee back in the ring, but the crowd is making noise behind him. And when he turns around, he eats 2 huge super kicks from Matt and Nick Jackson. Out of nowhere, FTR, though, make their way down to the ring, and FTR and the Young Bucks have a huge pull-apart brawl back up the ramp. Both Kenny and Seth very slowly pull themselves back up as the referee slowly makes his way back in the ring. Kenny rolls up Seth. 1, 2, kick out. Seth rolls up Kenny. 1, 2, kick out. Both men go for clotheslines, taking both of them out. Kenny is then able to finally hit a Dragon Sleeper suplex on Seth, and then another one. But he goes for a third one, but this time Seth lands on his feet, but his knee buckles. Kenny tries to get back on top of him, but the ref pushes him away. The ref is attending to Seth. He's checking on him, and from behind, Triple H slides into the ring, turns Kenny around, plants him with the pedigree. Triple H rolls out of the ring. Seth very quickly gets up. He was faking the injury the whole time. Nails Kenny with his curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins and is your first ever PBWF champion, but not without a little controversy as well. Seth Rollins and FCR hold the gold here in PBWF Mayhem. Revision is on top, and we will see you next week on Mayhem.
I was wondering about some shenanigans there at the end.
That's good stuff, fellas.
It's good stuff.
Man.
All right. Feedback. There are a couple things that I can't say because in case you do it, I don't want to spoil it. Just some thoughts that I have, though, of booking direction going forward. I won't say it just in case you're doing it. But because I don't want to spoil it. Very good, though. I enjoyed it. It's very good.
I somehow missed that both semifinal and final were happening on a lot of these, all of these matches.
Just the first 4. So like
The women and men.
Kenny and
Love that.
who did he fight? I forgot who he fought. No, John Moxley,
Yep.
Seth and KO, and then the
Yeah.
winners. Yep.
I
Man,
thought for
very
sure.
good.
I thought for sure Ruby Soho was going to pull it out.
Nope.
I really did.
Yeah.
That was the one that I was like, oh man, I was
Did
kinda
that?
hoping for
Okay. So I took, and please don't hear good or bad in this. I'm just saying I took notes about who won in Chris's show. I couldn't take notes because I was just like, there's more coming. Oh, it's still going. Oh, there's still more. I loved it.
It's just boom, 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 boom,
non-stop, non-freaking stop. And I'm still trying to figure out how to feel about the moment of Brock Lesnar and then the Fiend.
I thought for sure Brock Lesnar was going to climb up that ladder and get the belt.
Something.
I thought for sure
You know how
he was
mad I
going to
was
do
when
it.
he did that money.
I know.
There's no way I would book that.
I will say
Never.
a Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk feud. I don't know if it's ever happened.
Once.
But it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then the Fiend and Malachi Black. Yeah. I'm in, dude. And then
man.
Chris, I did have a note.
Yes.
Well, I will just a little sneak peek into next week's episode because I didn't really get to mention it. We are going to have our first ever Firefly Funhouse segment.
Are you going to wear a cardigan? Camera is about to die.
Okay.
Never in a million years would I think you would book Shayna Baszler to win.
That was shocking. But
Yeah,
I loved it.
that to me was like, okay. And then everything else I think I kind of said during the thing, but like that one, like, whoa, okay. And then was it the other 3 women are having a match?
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, killer,
Yeah.
killer stuff.
Good stuff. All right, let's move on to drops and pickups.
Yep. So you guys are dropping 7 people, 7 positions
Make sure I
each.
say the right names. I don't want to say somebody and be like, oh, I didn't mean.
I actually didn't mean to
I got
drop
one over
them.
here. I got one. Yep.
You're dropping, 7 people, men, women, managers, whatever. Part-time,
Yep.
full-time, doesn't matter. And then you will both pick up 2 secret pickups. So
Yes,
essentially,
the drops will be public and the pickups
Right.
will be secret.
right. So essentially, you're dropping 5.
Essentially,
you're-
yes.
So you're trimming your roster by 5, but
Correct.
7 drops, 2 pickups. Anything? Any other?
No,
That's
think
it.
so.
Well, let's do
I
it.
think so.
All right, who's going first? It doesn't matter.
I'll go first.
Who's
Okay.
dropping?
Okay, here are my drops.
Drop 'em.
Here are my 7. Ready? I am dropping, or I'm releasing. We say releasing the rest.
Oh, sorry, releasing.
I am releasing the following competitors: Ricochet, Damian Priest,
Whoa.
Rhea Ripley, who didn't make a single appearance, Rick Boogs, the Viking Raiders,
I hate you.
TSF, sorry guys,
Sorry, boys.
and R-Truth.
Oh, wow.
Poor
So
Truth.
so he just had one bit with Chris Jericho.
That's the main reason I drafted him.
Yeah.
So I could do that.
Amazing. Okay, Rhea Ripley is shocking. Viking Raiders are shocking. Ricochet is shocking, dude. Come on, you got rid of him and Damian Priest. I feel like
You know, it was one of those things where, like, I would like to keep them around to job for some people because that's what they would do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like, there's no room.
yeah, I
At this
got you.
point.
All right, Andy. Andy Yuck.
Thank you for that. So I am
Who's the foot?
dropping. Who's the foot? We know the foot now. The foot belongs to Bray Wyatt.
Fiend Foot.
I am dropping Beth Phoenix.
Got it.
I'm dropping Bully Ray. I am dropping Austin Theory. I just drafted him just to murder him. I am drafting.
Wasn't he squashed
Yeah,
in week 2 or something?
and by Wardlow. He got murdered by Wardlow as well.
Oh, that was another thing I was going to say. Wardlow
Uh-huh.
looked very strong the way you're booking him.
I like Wardlow. Mustache Mountain.
Okay.
How many is that? 1, 2.
That's 4.
3, 4. Malcolm Bivens.
Oh, I'm sad that you dropped him.
I know. I couldn't find anywhere for him. Malcolm Bivens. That's 5.
Yep, that's fine.
Io Shirai. Unfortunately, my women's division is just too stacked, so I gotta drop somebody at some point. And then I don't know between the two.
That's 6.
Fine. I'll drop Powerhouse Hobbs.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to take him far, dude.
Yeah, but the other people I had
Yeah.
plans for.
That's the thing is, like, you draft these people with good intention.
and I may pick them back up at some point.
Exactly. We can pick these people back up, but we
Yeah.
draft them with such good intentions,
Yeah.
and then you get into the flow of booking, and you're like, do I really sacrifice a Chris Jericho segment for a Ricochet segment?
Right.
Right.
Or do I really sacrifice a Bray Wyatt segment for a Powerhouse Hobbs? You know, whatever. You know?
Does that give you guys any insight to like a real life scenario?
Absolutely it
Yeah.
does.
You think so?
Absolutely it does.
Because
Yeah.
as I'm sitting here, I'm going like, why? Why would you do that?
Yep.
But I'm the us in this. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Pickups. I
Two
went
secret?
I went first on the show.
So let me go
So
first.
you go first in the pickups.
All right, so Chris, plug your ears, close your eyes.
Here is have you used all your surprises, Andy?
I have not.
Okay. So you need to give him the list of your surprises because I've used all mine. So all my people are on the table as far as surprises go. There are people on my roster I haven't used, but
I know. Yeah, that's funny. It's funny how that works out.
I know. I have plans. They all have plans.
All right.
There.
Okay. Let me see yours as well.
I don't have any. I've debuted all mine.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. Is it good?
Good.
Okay.
I don't remember who my other person was.
This is fun. It's riveting audio, but it's fun. I didn't see it. It's fine.
You better not have. We're clear.
We'll be clear on this one too. Guaranteed.
What is it, like Andre the Giant?
Yes.
His urn?
His urn.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting, Chris.
Okay.
Okay, we're clear.
We're clear. All right. So surprise picks are in. We will see when those guys debut.
Dang, what are y'all going to do with these, man? Now I'm in. Okay. All right.
We'll just have to wait and find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will, unfortunately.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. Before we move on to week 5, man, that's the first pay-per-view. A lot of content, a lot of stuff, a lot of places to go. Some of your questions got answered. Some of
Yeah.
them did not.
Yeah,
Some of them got answered by leading to more questions.
That's right.
Well, and then some of them just pissed me off.
You're welcome.
Baron Corbin.
You're welcome. You're
That
welcome.
dude could be the best dude on the planet. I wouldn't care. I don't know, man.
Well, we talked about it. This is the first time at SummerSlam I'm actually happy for a Baron Corbin match, and it's just because Pat McAfee's wrestling him.
Exactly.
That's all I care about. That's all I care
Exactly.
about. Is that.
It's going to be great. All right, guys, let's sign off. Follow us at PBW Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you for hanging with us on the pay-per-view edition. You see what no time limit is. We expound on everything.
Yeah,
you got good stuff. But no, follow us at PBW Podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your podcast and the BodySlam.net YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out with us. For the man at the gorilla position, Mr. Brad Beal, the young buck, Mr. Andy Yuck, New York. My name is Chris Belcher. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next week on the Bite Bomb Wrestling Podcast. Catch you guys down the road.